to where you were last year at this time?
Yeah, I didn't know where I was going still last year, and so it was just, I remember about a year ago I was still back at Purdue just training, still hoping I was going to get drafted. So a lot of different stressors, and just lucky to be in the spot, lucky to be a part of an organization in general, especially an organization like this. So the offseason's been great. Been able to reflect on the privilege it is to play football here.
What is the kind of participation been like in the building the last couple of weeks, just kind of being around and being a presence here?
Yeah, definitely people filtering back in. We had a good group throughout the entire offseason that stayed in Vegas and worked out, but then obviously guys coming back and new faces, old faces, so it's a lot different than college. You know, you're with your guys the whole offseason really in college, and so it's been fun to see guys I haven't seen in a while, fun to, be with guys who, like I said, have been here, but overall it's been a good experience.
Aidan, how much time did you take off after the season for rest, and how long have you been back at it in training?
Yeah, I took a couple weeks off right after the season to just kind of get away from football and rest my mind. But I like to be doing stuff throughout the year, so even a couple weeks I got a little stir crazy and was itching to get back. So basically a couple weeks after the season was back in here working out and nothing too crazy, but just wanted to, with this off season, again, it's different for me. You kind of get to lay a foundation and work from end of January, early February to now and to continue now.
Aidan, going back to your days at Purdue, you had to compete for your job almost on a yearly basis. Sometimes even during the season. That seems to be the case, obviously going into the season. Is it something that you're used to and just this is how it is and just kind of deal with it?
Yeah, I think especially at this level, and I thought the same thing at Purdue, but especially at this level, there's going to be competition. I mean, it's the best of the best, and so the coaches and the administration want to bring in the best players possible to try to make the team better. And the best guys are going to play, and so I'm just trying to do my job. Like you said, it's new at this level for me, but it's nothing new in terms of the competition. It's been, even since high school, has been what I've been dealing with and working through, and so that's just part of the game. It's not unique to any one position. It's how it is at every position. Obviously, only one quarterback plays, but it's part of it.
Does that make it easier for you that you've competed for so long, that it's just natural that you know what's going to have to happen to be the guy?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely not used to just being the guy going into the season, and so I definitely think it's probably more foreign for that to happen, just based on the years of me playing football since high school. It'd be more foreign to me being the unquestioned starter rather than competing.
How do you compartmentalize all that? I mean, just focusing on what you have to do and not listening to all the noise that's out there?
Just don't read it. Don't look at it. Don't read it. And I'm definitely good to be naive. I think ignorance is definitely bliss, and that's what I'm doing.
Hey, something that Antonio Pierce said he wanted to see you more of the season, to be more vocal. Is that something that have you done that before at Purdue? Have that been in your character before? Or is that something that you kind of are going to learn how to do at the next level?
I think definitely it depends on your role, and I again reflecting definitely could have done a better job of that last season. And it's hard as a rookie. My head was spinning. I was trying to figure it out on the fly, and so there's aspects to playing quarterback more than just throwing the football and running the plays that are called. And so that's definitely something I'm trying to develop and trying to be better at. Also just being myself, putting my best foot forward every day. But I think definitely leading by example is important, but as a quarterback I know I have to be vocal. So there's a combination of things I'm definitely working on, like I said, and this offseason was a good time to reflect and work on those things.
What has the conversations been like with new offensive coordinator Luke Getzey?
Yeah, it's been great. Luke's been super open. It was great, obviously, today for the first time to get to hear him talk to the whole offense and address us. And I think a guy who definitely loves football. You can tell the passion is there, the love for the game, the desire for us to be able to succeed on offense and do good things and implement a system that can hopefully help us.
To the extent that you know that offense, do you feel like it'll be drastic or subtle changes from what you did last year?
I think there's similarities to every offense, but I definitely think it's a different offense. There's different really foundational ideologies that are instilled in what they want to do, and so from the ground up, I definitely think it's going to be a different approach to just how we see the game, what we're trying to accomplish.
How much have you gotten to know Gardner, and what's that been like?
It's been great. Obviously, I've heard stories about Gardner for a long time, and been a big fan of his actually for a long time because of his story and how he got to where he was. And so, obviously, a guy that again just loves football, loves being around the guys, and so it's been fun to get to grow that relationship. I think being in the quarterback room, it's super important to have good guys around you, and I was super lucky with Jimmy and Brian last year to have two guys that supported me and helped me, and also were fun guys to be around, and I definitely feel that with Gardner.
Has he lived up to the stories you've heard so far? And have you had any Gardner Minshew stories of your own yet?
Not yet. It's still been a short time, so not yet. Ask me probably in just a couple weeks. I'm sure I'll have some.
It didn't necessarily go the way that you wanted to, but how much fun have you had enjoying March Madness's run with your alma mater?
Yeah, that was super enjoyable for me and my wife both. I think my wife is a bigger fan than I am, but yeah, we love watching our basketball team. They did an awesome job this year. Obviously, they had Zach, who's a great player, but a lot of great other players as well. And so it's fun to see those guys compete. And we were able to go to the Final Four last weekend, and that's a memory we'll have forever. So super appreciative of them. That they did a great job this year.
You spoke a little bit about your reflections on last season, but or you personally, what was your main takeaway from your experience as a rookie, and how do you take that experience and move it forward and progress into this year?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things that I think definitely that it's difficult to play in this league, and to have a coaching change, and just I think I was lucky. Obviously at the time it was hard, but lucky to go through a lot of craziness in my first year, and so obviously the NFL is crazy and things are going to happen. But I think definitely all the changes that happened in the first year definitely are going to help me for the future. And then just trying to be more grateful, trying to have more gratitude for the situation I'm in. I think I got a little too narrow-minded last year, and just closed off and put too much pressure on myself at times. And rather than taking a step back and being grateful for the opportunity that I get, I wasn't supposed to be here by any means to be in this position. And so to get the opportunity to compete and play is a privilege.
It's been a little while since we've seen you. It looks like you've maybe gotten into the weight room a little bit. And is that the case? And was there anything in particular you wanted to work on from that end of things?
Thank you. I just just been trying to. I think it's a never-ending task, just trying to stay healthy, work on my nutrition. I'm setting up a nutrition plan with our dietitian Ricky, and just really on all aspects, trying to use the resources at my availability in the weight room. Our strength coaches do an awesome job in the training room, dietitian, mental health, like everything that's at my fingertips. I want to definitely try to use to try to be the best overall athlete I can be.
Aidan, can you talk a little bit about the importance of Andre James and how much he helps you?
Yeah, Dre is awesome, super laid back guy, but when you get on the field, he's super intense and wants to win, and he did an awesome job for us last year. Obviously was rewarded for what he did, and we're happy he's here. And just a guy, I think, if you were to ask the other guys, they love to be around. Super funny guy. That's just a fun person to have in the huddle in the locker room. And then he was obviously we had our jobs were pretty interconnected last year, handling out a lot of protections and in the run game. And so he helped me out a bunch. Took stuff off my plate and tried to help me as much as he could. And definitely appreciate him.
Another guy your jobs guys kind of interconnected with in the backfield was Zamir White, and he had such a big end of the season. How excited are you for him now? It looks like he's going to have probably even more opportunities this year.
Yeah, I think Z, the whole year from the preseason on, we were super excited about. We definitely knew he could be a great player. Obviously, we're going to miss JJ because JJ was an awesome player, an awesome guy. But Zamir, obviously, especially the Christmas Day game against the Chiefs, took advantage of his opportunities. He's a soft-spoken guy, but man, works his butt off. Does things the right way, the hard way, and it'll be super exciting to see what he can do this year with a full off season. Definitely ahead of steam and momentum.
All right, thanks, Aidan.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.